Alleged 33-year-old Anthony Raymond sent an anonymous email to their local newspaper with a bomb threat targeting a voting location in Stark County. The threat was received Wednesday afternoon. Police say detectives were able to identify Raymond as the alleged author. He was arrested last night and is now in the Dickinson jail on terrorizing charges. New this morning, Walmart is removing guns and ammunition from displays at its U.S. stores to protect customers and employees as tensions have been rising across the country. The move comes days before the election, with some worried the result could be contested or spark violence. Walmart has taken similar steps in the past, most recently following the death of George Floyd last summer. Also new this morning, police have arrested a 19-year-old North Dakota man on felony charges of possessing prohibited explosives. Police and the bomb squad responded to a home in Minot yesterday afternoon following a report of homemade explosives. Investigators identified Matthew Latonin as the person responsible for making the device and found him at a different location. Police say that he told them he had more explosives on him at that time. The Minot area bomb squad took custody of the explosive devices. We have some critical new information that Minnesota voters need to know. If you plan to mail in your ballot for Tuesday's election, you'll now need to make a big change to have your vote counted. The original plan was that ballots postmarked by November 3rd would still be counted as long as they arrived within a week. But an appeals court ruled last night that mail-in ballots need to arrive by 8 p.m. on Tuesday. Anything coming in after Election Day is at risk of being invalidated. Minnesota's Secretary of State says it's now too late for voters to mail back their absentee ballots if they want to make sure their votes count. So here's what you need to do. Drop off your ballot yourself or vote in person on Election Day. Both presidential candidates are swinging through Minnesota today. Former Vice President Joe Biden is holding a drive-in event in St. Paul this afternoon, and President Donald Trump will visit Rochester tonight. Some Minnesota state officials are calling out a move by the Minneapolis Police Union to recruit ex-cops to work as poll challengers, to work in so-called problem areas. The union says they got the request from an advisor connected to President Donald Trump's campaign. But the Trump campaign is now saying that the advisor is a volunteer who was not instructed to send that email. State Attorney General Keith Ellison and Secretary of State Steve Simon say the move to place poll challengers is aimed at intimidating voters. Let's get a check now of our Friday morning forecast, and you might still find some slick roads out there. And Lisa, the temperature, hovering right around that kind of dangerous point of just above freezing.
That's right. In Fargo, we're looking at some above freezing temperatures. In Grand Forks, we're below freezing. So it depends on where you are. And some of us really do need to watch out for some slick spots on the roads from that fresh snow. We've had some fog too. And in places where temperatures are below freezing, it could be freezing fog for you. So this is a look in Grand Forks. You can see the fresh coating of snow in the parking lot at the Home of Economy there on our First Alert Skycam Storm Team network here. And we're looking at some conditions that are going to be really looking better throughout the day. But this morning for that drive, you want to watch out for those slick spots and that patchy fog. So here's a look at the latest radar. The snow really winding down. We still have a few flakes around Detroit Lakes. Other than that, we're looking pretty quiet. Valley City, we have a report of 0 visibility there. And we got a report from a viewer around Castleton and Leonard of near 0 visibility here because of some dense fog. Looks like up by Emerado, we're getting some low visibility too. So definitely want to make sure you're watching out for that and giving yourself plenty of time and plenty of following distance, especially with the possibility of slick roads combined with the lower visibility. Here are those temperatures. It's 30 degrees in Grand Forks. Fargo's at 33, so not too far above freezing right now, and some places even into the 20s to start off your day today. So your bus stop forecast. Some of us, not all of us, are going to be dealing with some fog here this morning with some mostly cloudy skies. Heading into the afternoon, it does look better. We're going to see some temperatures that do rise back into the mid-30s to about 40 degrees. We'll see more sunshine developing, especially in the southern end of the valley heading into the afternoon. So a better drive home and walk home from the bus stop. Let's look ahead to your Halloween forecast. Well, it's going to be kind of tough out there if you're going to be doing some socially distanced trick-or-treating like Mr. Frankenstein there. Dancing might be a good idea, or maybe the wind's taking your arms because we've got some strong winds that we'll be dealing with throughout the valley. We're especially going to see some of our strongest winds to the west with those gusts possible in the Devil's Lake Basin up to 60 miles per hour, and even a little snow for the night into northwestern parts of Minnesota. That day should say Saturday. We're looking at temperatures about 30 to 40 degrees. And one other thing to remember, don't forget on Halloween night, it's the end of daylight saving time. You want to turn your clocks back an hour, at least after a full day of dealing with the wind and maybe doing some Halloween activities. You'll get to get an hour of extra sleep there for Saturday night and into Sunday. So you'll want to make sure you're ready for the wind coming up on Saturday.
Okay, we're prepared. Thank you, Lisa. COVID numbers are surging in Cass County, but North Dakota Governor Doug Burgum is keeping it at high risk instead of changing it to a critical level. Burgum is moving 21 other counties to higher risk levels. 8 counties were moved from moderate to high, including Grand Forks, Ramsey, Walsh, Lemoore, and Towner. The governor is continuing to urge people to take safety precautions because help might not be coming soon to our hospitals. The governor did not order any restrictions, even as the number of hospitalizations and new infections set daily highs. North Dakota health officials are clearing up confusion about a COVID vaccine coming to North Dakota. They say right now it's one of 4 states picked for a pilot distribution of the vaccine. It's not a clinical trial. Health officials, essential workers, those with underlying health concerns, and people over the age of 65 are expected to be the first ones to get the vaccine. They anticipate getting a vaccine by December, but that timeline has been pushed back before and could be pushed back again. Halloween is tomorrow, but COVID-19 concerns are keeping many people from trick-or-treating this year. But that doesn't mean you can't still have a little fun. The Valley Today's Brian Sherrod is doing just that, having a little fun outside. And I tell you what, that yard is so cool. Where are you at right now?
Well, good morning, Lisa. You're right. I am having a lot of fun. I mean, I am speechless with how amazing this yard is. And I am on the 1700 block of 6th Street South in Fargo. That's exactly where I am for you to see this incredible house. I'm going to move to the side so you guys can just check out this amazing display. I mean, look at this. The cast of Hocus Pocus is out here. Never met them in person, so this is my first opportunity to get a chance to see them up close. You know, there's big skeletons. It's literally as big as the tree. I am very impressed by that. And even though they came that big, you know, there's wolves in the yard. There's just multiple things that you can check out. Pumpkins. I mean, this was an incredible display, and kudos to them for being able to pull this off. It looks amazing. You know, like I said before, this is on the 1700 block of 6th Street South in Fargo. The Hakey family of Abby, Andy, and their 4-year-old son Xander put up this incredible house and yard decoration. Now, you can catch this incredible display all weekend long, and this is not the only one you can check out. I have another one for you just in case. I mean, you know, this is another teaser for you. Now, to another pretty cool social distancing option in the FM metro area. Sharon Jensen and Charlie Harper made a pretty cool candy shoot for those children who are still pretty safe, feeling pretty safe trick-or-treating. Now, the candy goes down the chute and does not involve any direct contact. The lights around it with zip ties to the skeleton leading up to the door, and look at the ghost. He's waving at you as well, saying, hey, get some candy. You know, you can catch this display on Saturday, and this plan came in place to follow COVID-19 social distancing guidelines.
Hopefully it gives them the opportunity to come out and feel safe, and that's what we're after. So no fear, just have fun. It's for kids. Can't do Halloween. It's too bad. So we're gonna give them the opportunity to come out and have some fun. And where we're at, I think it will be okay.
Now, if you happen to be trick-or-treating, CDC provides safety tips. Avoid direct contact with trick-or-treaters, pass out treats outdoors if possible, set up stations with individual bags to give away, wash your hands before giving out the candy, wear a face mask. This is CDC guidelines, so make sure you're being extra cautious with that. And parents, make sure you're checking your children's candy. Definitely go through, make sure the candy is safe, maybe even snag a little bit. Don't tell them you're going to snag their favorite treats, though. You know, you don't want to tell them that, but, you know, a service for you checking their candy. I also want to mention, you know, just enjoy this Halloween in general, but do it in a safe manner. These are just 2 of the things that I'm mentioning. There's so many things happening in the FM metro area. Definitely go out and enjoy it.
I always steal a few Snickers out of their bags. I love seeing all the creativity out there. Thank you, Brian. And here are a few other safety tips about your Halloween getup. Store-bought costumes should say flame resistant on the label, and you should always wear bright clothing or reflective tape after dark. If colored makeup is part of your look, check to see that it's FDA approved. And those decorative contacts may look cool, but they can cause serious eye infections and should only be used with a prescription. Let's get our answer now to our question of the morning on Facebook. Today's question: 2 out of 10 people said they started doing this way back in August. The answer: watching Christmas movies. And Jordan sings Christmas carols every time it snows. Too soon. The Today Show and CBS This Morning are just about to start, but the Valley Today rolls on right now on the Fargo CW.